Hello everyone. Today we will be doing another question regarding stacks on stack. So the question is, this question was asked in any of the company. So I don't remember the name of the company. The question is, n students are standing in a row. We have their heights in form of an array. They all are facing towards right. Person I can see all student till j only if all the student between I and j have height less than height of I. The meaning of this statement is we have two position I and j. We have two position I and there are some position between I and j. The ith person, since they all are standing facing towards right, so j cannot see I obviously. So what I can see all the students between I and j only if all the student standing here should have height less than height of I. It should not be equal. Okay, we cannot see the height between I and j only if all the students having height less than height of I. So for example, we have 4 3 3 5 2 1. This is the last person standing looking towards right. Now 4 can see height of 3 3 but not of 5. 4 cannot see the height of this second last element because 5 is coming in between. 4 cannot see the height of 1 because 5 is coming in between. So total number of students the 4 can see is only 2, that is these both. So the answer is 2 plus. Now we need to find the total number of pair. Like 4 can see 4, if I am indexing this 0 1 2 3 4 5. So 0 can see 1, so 0 comma 1 becomes a pair, 0 comma 2 becomes a pair, so this becomes 2 pair. So we need to count the number of pair I comma x comma y such that x can see y, right? So 4 can see 3, 4 can see 3. So these two students can be seen by the first person. Now 3, if we talk about 3 cannot see any person because immediately after 3 we have a person whose height is greater than or equals to 3. So 3 sees 0. For same this for the third element, we have 5 standing in front of him, so he cannot see another person, not even the face of this person, so we have 0 for this. Cool. Now we have 5. See, 5 ahead of 5 there are two students standing and they both are having height less than the height of 5. So 5 can see both of them. 2 can see 1 quite easily because 1 is less than 2. For 1 there is no one standing in front, so we don't have any person. So basically we need to output 5, right? So how to do this in O of n? O of n square is quite easy. We will run to loop I to n. Second will run from I plus 1 to n, and we are going to break if a of j is height of j is less than, if height of j is greater than or equals to height of I, we are going to break. Okay, so basically for every I want a j so that I can calculate all the students in between I and j, and total number of students between I and j will be equals to j minus I minus 1. J minus I minus 1. For example, this index is 0, this index is 3, 0 1 2 3. So 4 can see 3 minus 0 minus 1 because we need to find total number of students in between. Okay, not including the first element. I cannot see himself, so we can calculate this by j minus I minus 1. So we need to do this in on. So if you have seen my previous video regarding next smallest integer, this problem is same almost, but that question was finding the next smallest element. This question is about finding the next largest element. Okay, they both are the same, only the difference is between of largest and smallest. So approach will be same, only the difference is if you have not watched my previous video regarding smallest integer, first see that because you won't be able to understand this otherwise. So what are we going to do? We are going to, for every I, we are going to store an array which will give answer of I will equals to the largest integer, and it will give for every I, it is going to give the index such that the jth element will be the first largest element for I. For example, if I calculate answer, see this answer we can say as count. Okay, this will represent count. This will represent the next greater integer for every index. So for 4, if I need to calculate for 4, this is 0. First I'm going to write the index. For 4 we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the indexes. For 4 the next greater element is at index 3. So we are going to calculate 3. Okay, for 3 next greater or equals to. Okay, so it is 2. Good. Now we have 3. It is, for 3 we have 5. Okay, it will come 5. Now for 5 what we need to do is, we see for 5 we don't have any element, so we are going to put as 6. See, why are we putting as 6 is because the indexing is done from 0 to n minus 1. If we don't have any element which is greater than till n minus 1, we are going to put it as n. Okay, so we are going to give it as 6. So for similarly for 2 we have 6. Sorry, we are going to put it as 6. For 1 also we are going to put as 6. Now how can we count? Okay, how can we count is, see, I am going to iterate from 0 to n minus 1 again, and for every I am having total number of student which the person ith can see. See, if I am doing 3 minus 0 minus 1 is 2, 2 minus 1 is 0, 5 minus 2 minus 1 is for 3 it is sorry, I think here it will come 3, 3, right? For 3 the next greater until into element is 5, so here it will come 3. So 3 minus 2 minus 1 is 0, 6 minus 3 minus 1, it is 2, 6 minus 4 minus 1 is 1, 6 minus 5 minus 1 is 0. So this is how we are going to calculate. So just look my previous solution regarding next smallest integer. In that we used to put the element in the stack in increasing order. Here we are going to keep in element in increasing order, and if a element comes greater than the top element of the stack, it means that element is the answer. That element is the answer means that element is the greater, that element is the one of the greater element for the index. Okay, so we are going to pop the element till we get the less than element other than this. Okay, so this was the index. Okay, I hope the question is very clear. You can also implement it, but I have implemented it already, so just try to implement it before looking into the solution. Okay, I have written the solution. Just have a look. The solution is same as that of a smallest integer type, but only the difference we have changed the symbol sign, that is greater than or less than we have changed. So we have an n, we have an array where I am taking here input. Okay, I have declared as stack. This array contains the next integer element for every I. Fine. Now we are going to check it. If stack dot size is equal 0, then go give then we are going to push the element in the stack. Okay, then now we have two options. For example, if I am writing the same example, 4 3 3 5 2 1. Okay, so here comes the first element 4. I am going to put it into the stack. So this is my stack. I am going to write it here. Stack is equal to, stack is empty. Now I am going to put 4. Now I come 3. See, 3 is greater than 3 is less than 4. So I am going to keep the stack as, I will store the element in decreasing order. So after 4 I will be having 3. Fine. Now 3 comes. It means it is greater than or equals to the top element. So what will this 3 will do? It is going to pop the elements. And also I am in the stack, I am going to put the index, not the element itself. Okay. Now I am going to check, is second element greater than or equals to 3? Yes. So second element will pop the first element. It is going to pop. It means what I am going to do after popping is, before popping I am going to give answer of 1 is equals to the second. It means for 1 second index element is greater, and this is the first time it is coming, and that is why 1 was in the stack. So 2 will pop this, and answer of 1 will become 2. Fine. Now is 3 greater than 4? No. So yes. Is 3 is less than 4? Yes, it is. So what I am going to do, 3 is less than 4, so it will not pop since we are keeping the stack in the decreasing form. So here it will come 2. Now fine. Now I have third index element. Is third index element greater than 3? Yes. So it is going to pop this, and answer of 2 will become, I am going to write here, answer of 2 will become 3. 3. Why? Because 3 is the index of 5. So answer of 2, because 2 was popping, so it is going to become 3. Fine. Now we have popped 2. Now we have 0. Is index at 3 greater than the element at 4? Yes, it is. So answer of 0 becomes what we call, it becomes 3. Cool. So we have popped this also. Now we are going to pop the element itself, that is 3. 3 is the index of the element. Cool. Now we have 2. Is 2 less than the top element of the stack? Yes, so we are going to keep it. Is 1 less than the top of this element? Yes, we are going to keep it 1. Now the loop ends. So whatever elements are remaining in the stack, it means they don't have next greater element. So by default, after all these operations are over, I am going to put all these value as n. So answer of 3 becomes n is 6. Answer of 2 becomes n, so n is 6. Fine. So this is how I have performed. So you can look into the code now. I think it is much clearer now. Okay. We look into the code. We have, if the stack is empty, I am going to push the element. If the stack is non-empty, then, and also if the top element of the array stack, see, this is the index and this is the array, it is greater than the current element, then we are going to push it directly. Okay. But if it is not, it means it is greater than the top element. This element is greater than or equal to the top element. It is going to first it is going to put the greater height of st dot top. It is going to put it as I. Then we are going to pop it, and here is a while loop, not if. Okay. And in the end we are going to push I, because for I we have not calculated. Now after all these operations are over, this loops ends here. Now we have this. I'm going to pop out every element of the stack, and I'm going to put it as n. Now how do we calculate count? I have already told you. For I we have index answer as I is the next greater element, and it is equals to answer of I minus 1. So we are going to find the answer, right? So you can have a look at once. You can have a look, right? This was the code. There was a little variation for the next smallest integer. I hope you understand this. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.